Hello everybody, today we're installing our GTA car kit into a 2011 Mazda 6. We'll start off with what tools you'll need. You'll need a 10mm socket with an extension. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver. You'll need a magnet. We suggest using a magnet. You'll need some kind of a sharp tool to get this little piece out here. We're also going to remove the connections in the back of the radio. You can use a flathead screwdriver, but I'm going to be using this kind of clip removal tool. And you also will need a small Phillips screwdriver. So we'll start off with we'll start off from the bottom. The car is already in neutral, but we'll start from the beginning. So make sure your e-brake is up. We're going to remove these cup holders, and they just come up. They're held on clips. Try to use your hands. So there's just 3 clips on each side. They just come off. The next step is to remove the shift knob, and it just screws off counterclockwise. So make sure that you don't scratch your radio on. It's not really necessary to remove the shift knob, but I remove it. But make sure you don't scratch your radio on this piece if you want to put some electrical tape over it, because this is really sharp and it's gonna scratch the plastic. The next step is to remove this trim piece around here. So we're just gonna get our fingers underneath and like pop it up. And it comes off. It's also just held on these clips. After you do that, you have to remove these 2 side trims, and you get your fingers underneath and they just come off. Just like that. So there's 4 clips here and 2 clips going in there. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Get our fingers underneath here. And walk around it. So as you can see, there's 6 white clips here and 4 black ones. It just comes off pretty easy. So now that you have all of this removed, you can remove this trim piece around the heater control. So we'll just start from the bottom, just like that, and it comes off. So this is where you have to put the car in neutral in order to remove that. So we're gonna remove this little piece here. Make sure you don't lose it. I'm gonna put it in here. And we're gonna take. So now that you've done that, this will come up. We suggest not to disconnect this connection in the back, because you have this airbag light. So the airbag light might come on if you disconnect it. So it's not really in the way, so we're just gonna put it to the side. After that, you have to remove these four screws. So there's 2 on each side, and so we're gonna go ahead and remove them. So we just removed the 4 screws, and we're gonna drop down this heater control. You have to drop it down in order to get the radio out. So now in the back there, you're gonna see that there's a 10mm screw there, and there's a Phillips screw there. So this is where you need your 10mm. So we're gonna just remove it. And this is where you need, we suggested to use the magnet, because the screw is kind of far. It's way easier with the magnet, so you just go and take that out. Same thing for that Phillips screw. And just remove it. But if you have a Phillips screwdriver with a magnet, helps. So now that you removed all of that, You have to remove the top portion, and it comes off. So we're gonna grab it in the back and push it towards you. You might have to struggle a little bit, but it does come off. Just like that. So it just slides out forward. Don't try to lift it here. You have to do it from the back. Just use a little bit of force, and we're gonna put it to the side. We did that in order to get to these two last screws holding this radio. And once you remove them, then the radio is ready to come out. Okay. So now that you remove that, I'm just gonna take the radio out. So in the back of the radio here, we have to remove everything. So this is the first connection that we have to remove for the antenna. So press it on the side. In order to remove it. This little clip here, and it comes off. So now, I told you earlier that you might need a flathead screwdriver. So this is where you'll need it. So we're gonna press on these clips. So this is the first clip. This is the second clip. So you can press it with your finger, get this underneath here, and remove it. So we completely removed the radio from the car. And don't worry, it's not gonna ask you for a radio code. So now we have our GTA car kit. So we have the module in the middle, then you have all these connections on one end, and on the other end you have your iPod, iPhone cable. There's also an auxiliary, but this car already came with the auxiliary, so we're not going to be using it. But if your car didn't come with the auxiliary, you can use it. Your stock auxiliary will still work after this installation. And we're gonna take our small, because there's a ground here, we have to connect it to the back of the radio. So we'll start off with that. We're gonna take our small Phillips screwdriver and put it here. Just like that. Next step is to plug in the connections. So we're gonna plug in our own GTA car kit connection in the back here. And another one. Make sure they go in fully. Just like that. And now we're gonna plug in the connections that we took out from the back. So this one and this one. So antenna we're gonna leave out right now because we're still gonna remove the radio. So make sure you plug in the antenna, don't forget that. We're just gonna test it for now. Kind of get it in here so it just rests. Just like that. This we'll need for a display. It's kind of not straight, but it's okay. We're just gonna test it right now and show you what the kit can do. So we're gonna take our key. It's better to put it in park. I'm gonna turn the radio on. We're gonna start with our FM. Okay, so we have here our iPhone 4. Even the kit will work with the new iPhone 4S the same way. So we're gonna plug it in. We're gonna press the aux button. So the first time you're gonna press it, it's gonna be your stock auxiliary. The next time you're gonna press it, it's gonna be your iPod. This is the option that you didn't have before. So we have two modes here. We have our just a manual mode, and we have a playlist mode. So we're gonna start off with the manual mode. So it's gonna be the disc 1. So in this mode you can switch the songs both from the radio and from the iPod. So you can switch it from here, or you can switch it from the radio, and it's gonna say manual mode. So then this mode, it's not gonna show you the song names, but you can switch songs from both. You can also switch songs from the actual steering wheel controls. And if you want to see the song names on the display, we have to use our disk slash folder buttons, and we're gonna go up to disk 2, which is gonna be our first playlist. And if you go up more, if you go to the third one, it's gonna be your second playlist, and if you go to fourth, it's gonna be your third, and so on. So it shows you playlist number 3. So right now you can't switch anything from the iPod, so you can just put it away, and you can fully control it through the radio. If you press the display button, you can choose to display the artist title. If you press it again, you can display the album title. It has no title, and song title, and it will also show you which playlist it is. So it's our third playlist. And if you switch songs, same thing with other songs. It shows you the playlist, what number it is, artist title, album title. And if you wanna get access back to your music, you have to switch back to iPod 1. This is back at your manual mode. And if you turn off the car, it's gonna start charging. If you disconnect it, it has a last position memory. So once you connect it back, it's gonna start playing from the same spot that you left it at. And that's basically the features with our kit that you have. Like I said before, it will work with the new iPhone 4S. Now we're gonna talk about where you can put this cable for your iPod. It's one easy place that you don't really need to do much is just putting it in a glove box. So you can just feed it through the side here. There's an opening behind the radio. You can even feel it with your hand. You can feel the radio harness. So you can just put the cable in here. If you don't like this location, you can put it in the armrest where the stock auxiliary is. And for that you'd have to drill a hole. Now that you have access here, you can drill a hole down there. You can just bring a drill around here and drill it. But it's up to you where you want to put it. You need to drill a hole this big just to feed this wire. You can leave the module underneath your cup holders. You can also leave the module behind the radio. It's up to you. And that's pretty much it for our installation here. So again, we're doing our installation of our GTA car kit into 2011 Mazda 6. I hope you liked our video, and we'll see you next time.